Back-to-back nights with your boys, Mike and Mish. We're here. It's 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we're doing our thing that we do every week. What's up, Mike?
2 words.
What are they?
Usanakorn Tahwil Suhanawang.
10 syllables, homie. That's
Try
impressive.
to say that fucking 5 times fast.
Who is Usanakorn Tahwil Suhanawang?
Yeah.
What is that? Who is that?
That is
Tell me who that is.
The brave woman that will be fighting Christine Faria at Knucklemania 3, coming out of Thailand, 17-3 in boxing with 16 knockouts, only lost 3 times in boxing against an undefeated, to 3 unanimous decisions. One person was undefeated, I think 12-0 or 13-0, and both of the other competitors had more than 20 fights. So, and she's 2-0 in bare knuckle. So sounds like a decent fighter here.
Yo, and if you guys want to watch her, she fought twice for BKFC Thailand, and she's massive. She's 5'7", got a 5'8" reach on her. She is 5'9" reach. She's got a 69-inch reach, 5'7". She looks like she cuts pretty significant to make 125. So Christine's got herself a challenge finally.
I'm happy. I like to see this. You know, I want to see
Tahwil Suhanawang.
Yep. Suhanawang.
Usanakorn Tahwil Suhanawang. So guys, that was big news today. We're going to talk about that press conference a little later, but we got 2 guests on the show tonight. We got a killer from Smith Brothers. We got a killer from Goat Combat. Devin Gibson's going to start off the show tonight, and then we're going to follow him up with Tony Loco Soto. Before we do that, no, not Beck. Big Ben, you saw the press conference. Stop playing around.
Don't be silly.
Don't be silly. Sponsor time.
Norcom Mortgage and Michael Mish are delivering the American dream to those who serve America, helping veterans obtain the dream of home ownership. They offer programs that include no money down, no first-time homebuyer requirement, 100% cash-out refinances, rehab loans. They can help you purchase a home, purchase a condo, refinance an existing mortgage, create a dream home with rehab loan. To learn more, visit www.michaelmish.norcommortgage.com or call 860-884-2103.
Or, I love it. You love
Learn
it.
more.
To learn more, contact Norcom Mortgage. You can get them on their Instagram. You can hit up the number that was in that commercial right there. You can directly hit up Mike Mish himself, and he will help you purchase your home.
Not Mike and Mish.
Or Mish.
Mike
Mish. That's right. You heard that right. God damn it.
Not confusing at all.
And another quick shout out to our other sponsor. Of course, we always rocking their gear. They're always lacing up fighters. GuerrillaWarfareApparel.com. Go there, use the promo code Mike and Mish and get 15% off your purchase. With that said, what a day in bare knuckle. We got a guy who's making his return to the squared circle next week in Myrtle Beach against Albert Inclan. He is 2-0 in the flyweight division. He's looking to plant his flag in that division as a top title contender. His name's Devin Gibson. He is the Canadian assassin, Devin Gibson. What is up, Devin?
How's it going?
Yo.
There you are, man. We haven't seen you or heard from you in a while. How you doing, man?
Yeah, it's been good. I actually just got done watching the press conference about 5 minutes ago too, so I'm pretty pumped.
So before we get into what you're up to, what were your thoughts on this wild event that happened in Albuquerque today?
It was crazy. Yeah, I was laughing just because like they went at it, and then Feldman threw his hand up on Lorenzo's neck, and then that's when everything got back.
The Feldman move. He's in the middle of everything.
He is. He's right. He's right in. He is. He's a scrapper. And I'll tell you right now, I don't know if you felt the same way, but Mike and I, when we were watching it live and they fell off the back of that stage instantly, when we just talked, he felt the same way I did. I was like, oh shit, what if somebody got hurt and they just fucked up this?
Yeah.
And they were fine. Oh, thank God they were fine. Man,
I
that's
thought the
crazy.
fall was bigger than it was. Like, it seemed like they fell off of like the back of the stage, but I feel like it was only really like a small step, kind of like it wasn't like an entire like 5 or 6 feet, you know?
Either
That
way,
would have been
rolling an ankle, anything. Yeah, it would have sucked for sure.
Oh man. But you know what though?
Yeah.
This is like the BKFC have themselves the closest thing to a John Jones versus DC rivalry that they've ever had in this company. And this is the kind of thing that'll just create even more of a buzz towards this sport and this company and this event. I mean, that event, they're inside a 9,000 seat arena, and I would not be surprised if that thing is filled with that Albuquerque crowd down there.
Well, it's like it's so big. Like they put out the email for early bird tickets, and I almost considered going. Like it's so far, but it was like it's such a good event.
It really is, man. But let's talk about you for a second, man. You fought twice so far for the company. You are 2-0. You look impressive in both of them. You fought 2 times in New York. You're finally going to fight somewhere outside of New York. You're venturing down the coast a little bit to Myrtle Beach. What have you been up to since the last New York event? What have you been doing? Any gloved boxing? Staying busy at all in your spare time?
No, we had one thing come through for another event, and it just didn't pan out the way that we hoped. So we've just been training. We've been getting better. Just really working towards this moment, trying to get back in here. We got a couple big things coming up this year, so it's looking 2023 is looking a lot more promising too for activity.
And you know what, man? The 125 division is starting to build up a little bit. You got John Dotson in there now. Jared Grant has made his way down there. We talked to David Diaz last event when he fought Travis Thompson, and Travis was trying to convince him you are not a 135er. Cut a little bit of that, shed a little bit of that baby fat off, and get down to 125 yourself. And now you're fighting a guy named Albert Inclan, who is a very, very vocal, kind of a wild fighter himself. He fought David Diaz in his first fight. What are your thoughts on Albert, and how do you see this playing out when you get down to Myrtle?
Yeah, I know like immediately after like the fight got announced, Albert was trying to pull his antics, I guess. I'm not an emotional fighter. I don't care. Like nothing really gets to me. So when all that was happening, it kind of died down a little bit. I think once we get down there, it's just I can see things building up during the weigh-ins maybe a little bit, but as far as the fight itself, I'm just 100% ready to go do the same thing I do every single fight, and that's just outclass them and really just make it a fun fight for people to watch.
Yeah, usually you see Albert in the comments over on, say, Only Hands or Bare Knuckle Fight Club. He's in there. He's constantly talking trash to everybody. He's relentless too.
Yeah. Well, and the one nice thing about it, I know, like when he was fighting Diaz, it was he was, I guess, not really affiliated with anything. I was talking to Kevin today. I said the one thing about it is I do think I'm going to outclass him. I do think I'm going to finish him early, but he's had a year of training at credible gym. He's been working hard. There's no doubt about that. So 100% I'm getting the best Albert Inclan there's ever been. And that's the way that I got to look at it.
Yep.
I will tell you this. I gave him an invite to come on the show. I was going to actually have him on the show after you tonight. I gave him the opportunity, and he politely declined. He said, I am not doing any podcasts this time around. I'm not talking to anybody. I'm trying to do nothing but focus. I know that I'm fighting for my life here, and nothing is in his sight except for you. So I would imagine that you are going to get the best Albert Inclan that you can get. And I'm interested to see the growth in his game, because like you just said, outclass, you are a very technical, you're a very technical boxer. I have no doubt in my mind that you are going to be the more polished boxer in the ring that night, because the one fight that we did see him in, he was kind of fucking all over the place and wild with David Diaz.
So
let's see
yeah,
let's see what a year gives him. You know what I mean? He could have really tightened it up. Who knows?
well, yeah, that's we've been really working off over the last 10 months as well. More like my knuckles, like as compared to the last camp, are holding up so much. Like I don't do anything with gloves anymore. Everything is just geared towards being able to box the way that I want to box for the entire fight. No limitations. We've been really working on the clinch too, because I do know Albert. He didn't look awfully good in the clinch when it got to that point. I guess the biggest thing for this fight is like I said, he's had a year to get better. He will be better. I've had 17 years of world-class experience, and you just don't figure that out in 1 year.
You know, I have to stick up for the bare knuckle, the BKFC's tryouts a lot, because I see people here and there and they'll be like, oh, whatever comes of a bare knuckle tryout fighters. And I was like, well, first of all, Lorenzo Hunt is a tryout fighter, right? He came from the tryouts. And then I always name you. And I feel like, and we mentioned this earlier, you haven't fought for a little while, but the fights that you did have, you were very impressive. And I always like to remind people like, hey, Devin Gibson still fights for the company. Don't forget about him. You know, you said you got some big things coming up outside of this fight. Do you have more stuff to show? You know, do you have like things planned past this to try to put your name out there more and get yourself out there? Because I really do think that trying to keep your face in the spotlight, like you said, maybe even going to Knucklemania 3, do it. Get your face in that crowd. Take pictures with the fans. What do you got planned?
Yeah, so like it had, like, I tried putting out things over social media over the last year. I tried pushing as much as possible to get back in there. It seemed like at a point, like no matter what I was doing, it wasn't working. And I felt like a little bit of a jackass sometimes. Like it putting some post up, and I'm like, that's just not me. And I'm like, I feel like I'm at a point where it's like I'm going on more podcasts, like I have been going on. I've had interview with the Canadian press this morning. I've been on here. I went on the BKFC show like a little while ago. I'm just trying to keep things running, let people know, like you said, like I am still here. And I appreciate that you pushing my name too. But I am here. I want to fight. I want to fight always. I want to fight whoever. Knucklemania, like I want the winner of Dodson Grant. I want anybody who might come down and weight. I want any of the best fighters that are going to be at 125, and I want my name in that top position right now.
Well, today at the press conference, David Feldman was asked about the 125 division, and I think John Dodson was asked about the 125-pound division, and Feldman said that whoever wins the Jared Grant John Dodson fight will absolutely be up for a 125 title fight. Who on the other side of the ring, who's going to be there? Who fucking knows, man? It could be, you know, Reggie Barnett coming down from 135, or it could be, you know, somebody like, if you go out there and just absolutely look flawless and murk this dude and go to 3-0, you know, maybe you just shoehorn your name right into that conversation. It's such a new division and such a shallow pool of names that who knows, man. You get your name out there, you make a little noise, like Mike said, you show up at a couple of events. Unfortunately, this day and age, social media is kind of important, dude. If I know it fucking sucks.
It does suck.
Me and Mike are making a living off of it right now, but we don't like doing it either. I would rather just sit and talk to you guys and go to the events and talk to you guys at the events. But unfortunately, you kind of got to stay busy on there. You know what I mean? It is a shitty part.
I think you guys do a fantastic job anyways, but
thanks, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, who knows? We're excited to see you back in there, dude. Did you go like one fight and almost a year before you fought again, and then now you're almost a year again until you fight again? Is that like
no, they had me because those 2 New York cards were pretty much back to back. They had it.
That's right.
The 4 months in between those, so I had 2 months off, went back into camp, and then after that they hadn't had New York since, so I hadn't really come up. South Carolina, I was honestly a little surprised about, just because Albert's from Arizona. So it
Right.
seemed like a bit of a random location to throw us in the mix, but I'm not complaining at all. But
when you heard Albert Inclan's name and you know where he's from, you're like, oh, that's not too far from Albuquerque. Are we going to be on that card? And you're like, nah. They're like, nah, man, Myrtle Beach, bitch. Go down there.
There was Albert. Like I will say, like when that name came up, there was a few other names in the mix, like for the rest of the year, like that are big fights. That potentially could arise. But Albert was like one that I never expected to hear.
I want to ask you that when you look at the division right now, are there guys that you do want to, like, you want certain guys? You'll go fight Albert right now because that's the one that's placed in front of you. But was there somebody else in mind that you wanted to go after? Were you asking for anybody?
Yeah, those top three, I guess. Like if Reggie came down, Dotson, Grant. Of course, JR is always there. Marciano Hernandez hasn't fought in a while. I don't know if he's still around, but there's a lot of good talent. I just I want to get
right
away.
Right in the comments, right there. There's a name that
yeah
everybody forgets about because he's only fought once, right? Daniel Alvarez.
Daniel Alvarez too. Like I know they'd been trying to get him a fight for a while too. So he's and he did really well against JR, like really well.
Yeah.
So that's another name in the mix too, but it is one that goes under the radar too, for sure.
Yeah, he was. I think he was an underdog in that fight in Orlando and ended up winning against Ridge. And they actually have him ranked 5th in flyweight. So yeah, he definitely is somebody that's flying under the radar right now. Hasn't been able to get back in there. But there's a bunch of people there. So you've got your pick of the litter. You know, you go through this fight right here. You got your pick there, and by the looks of it,
hopefully, and that's the thing. Like you want to feel like you have the pick, but then it lets something like this happens where you get a random name and you're like, all right, well, you're gonna fight. But I hope, like I said, like those 5 guys we just named off, if the BKFC's listening, that's where the direction we want to go. It's tough going through these training camps and being back and just waiting and trying to get to those names, but you just it's just a waiting game, I guess.
You've been through some pretty crazy training camp episodes in the past too. I remember reading about, and maybe even we talked to you about them, like in boxing and people not showing up and spending all your money on it and not fighting that.
But that's actually, when I was talking to the Canadian press today, we brought that up because that was actually, it's funny the way things worked out. It was almost destiny because when I went down there in those 3 fights, didn't pan out. The only reason that I really knew about BKFC was because the girl who drove me back to the airport said, why don't you try this out? Gave me a few names, and that's kind of the direction I went. So I probably would have been gloved boxing right now if it wasn't for that whole situation.
Wow, that's pretty
cool, man. That's a great story. And now you're part of the fastest growing sport and fastest growing business in that sport in the world right now. And entering their 5th year, they're about to blow the roof off this fucking thing. And they're talking 40 plus events this year, opportunities to grow as a fighter and,
TV deals.
As a name, as a fighter and as a name in the sport, you have massive opportunities this year. I can't wait to see what they have in store for you. I know Kevin pushes for you a lot. He talks about you a lot, but just like Daniel Alvarez, I would imagine that Kevin brings your name up with Nate and Scott brings up Daniel's name with Nate, and they try to find you guys an opponent, and these guys just don't fucking want to do it. And maybe you and Daniel should just fucking throw down, right?
Yeah, and that's the other thing too, I guess. For me, it likely was ticket sales and location, and it's tough. I'm constantly pushing Canada, maybe Alberta, definitely 100% is a place that they can do it. It still would be tough for tickets out that way because it is a far plane ride, but eventually Ontario, it's so difficult, but yeah.
We got Daniel's back.
I've seen that pop up. Yeah.
Nice.
That's good.
Yeah, it would be really cool to see BKFC jump up into Canada, wouldn't it? Like they broke ground in Thailand last year, and then the UK. They're talking about Puerto Rico and maybe another Mexico card and Latin America this year. And dude, maybe go north to Canada. I know your manager's probably pushing for that, right?
Yeah, it's honestly, like I brought it up before. It's just the Ontario Commission. It's like it's so difficult. Like there's definitely room to like do stuff in Alberta. Like they've already had a show in 2019, I think. It's like different promotion, obviously, but yeah. I think like if there's a way around it, or there's like even like getting up to the top of this sport and trying to be a pioneer and getting this into Ontario, that's just it's a must, honestly.
Depending on who this TV deal is with, because Feldman has been, dropping little nuggets here and there about a TV deal. And there might have been a couple of TV deals as far as we know, because we don't know who they're talking to exactly, right? But it seems like the deal is either done or closer to being done than ever before. And once that happens, it makes the sport that much more legit. So hopefully it can sway the mind or the minds of whoever the commission is made up of there in Canada and in Ontario or wherever else it might go, So I think once that passes, and they actually not passes, but once they sign that contract officially and release it, it's got to be one of the big names, right? It's got to be one of them. So it'll step it up a notch, and then more people will be like, oh, cool. They're going to show that. Yeah, we'll show that too. With them, money talks, right? That's what it is. They want that money. They want to get their hand in that pot. So.
Yeah.
And so you get these commissions that have no problem with somebody kicking somebody in the face with a shin bone or elbowing them in the eyeball with the fucking point of their eye.
Yeah.
But God forbid you punch somebody with a closed fist.
Watch out for one of these things, though.
Well, it's crazy though, because
especially on me.
Ontario is probably like one of the hardest, like in the world, if not the hardest, because they still, as far as boxing, have same day weigh-ins. Amateur MMA isn't even legal here still.
Damn, wow.
Yeah, it's difficult, but it just
pull
takes
it together, Canada,
or a change in the upper management. But
well, in a second here, we're going to talk to you about cleaning up Canada a little bit. But before we do that, Chevy Bridges is hounding us in the comment section. He wants us to ask you, best thing to eat in Canada that's only in Canada.
Oh,
that's an easy. Well, not like, I guess it's made its way into.
Can I guess?
USA, but it's Putin.
Yeah. Putin. Oh, okay. Is it called Putin? I was going to say Putin.
It's either or. Yeah, it's
okay.
I say.
I don't even know what that is. What is it?
It's fries with gravy and like cheese curds, right?
Yeah, you want to hear? So, I guess like when was that? I went to the Boxing Hall of Fame in New York, years ago. Probably 2014. So this is 8 years ago now. So when I was down there, I went to the McDonald's and I went to order, not realizing like I wasn't in Canada anymore. And I had asked them, I'm like, okay, can I get a poutine? And they looked at me completely unaware of like what I was saying. But they went above and beyond. I said, okay, well, it's fries with cheese and gravy. And the guy behind the desk said, okay, you know what? I got you. He goes to the back. He comes out. He's like, here you go. He hands me a burger box with the French fries in it, forgot the gravy, and just a slice of cheddar cheese on top of it.
Okay. I was going to say, dude.
How did they get the gravy?
Yeah.
Oh, God. I'm glad you said you just had cheese, because I was going to say, where'd that motherfucker get that gravy from?
Yeah, you don't want to know where
I wouldn't have ate that.
Yeah.
Dude, that's super awesome. That is very cool. I didn't even know what that was.
I didn't know they served it at McDonald's in Canada. That's pretty fucking cool.
Oh, it's so underrated too. It's one of my favorites that we have out here.
It is good.
How
the pizza place up the street from
are you sure it's not pronounced Poo-Tang?
Oh,
yeah. They serve that at McDonald's too, Howie?
Yeah. Only in Norwich.
It's called the
man.
McTang.
Yeah.
The McTang. No, that's super cool. Now that I know that, I'm gonna try that if I get up there. Or if you have if I ever find it in a restaurant down here.
For sure.
Buy some and bring it with you, and we'll try it in South Carolina.
Okay.
I'm sure it'll be good still.
Huh. I'm trying to
Heat it up.
Yeah.
Air
Maybe.
fryer will do the trick,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Right. 5 minutes in the air fryer. All right, man. Well, hey, we're going to play a game with you called Cleaning Up Canada. That's funny that you say that. We talking about them dirty commissions up there. Not dirty. I'm not talking bad about you commissions. I'm talking like you need to get with the program. Clean It Up Canada with Devin Gibson. All you got to do is eliminate one. We're going to give you 2 names. And you're going to keep one in Canada and eliminate the other one.
This is a dangerous game.
Yeah.
Get them out. Get them out.
Send them off. Deport them to the
We're about
old
to
United States of America. Here we go.
We're about to get you arrested for hate speech online.
Yeah.
Let's go.
No. First up, you got to keep one. You got to get rid of one. Who are you cleaning up? We got Celine Dion or Alanis Morissette.
Celine Dion's an icon. I got to get rid of Alanis Morissette.
Oh, goodbye, jagged little pill.
Yeah, you ought to know.
Yeah.
You ought to know.
When I was younger, my dad used to have like the nicest Celine Dion picture up on the wall with like just wearing a Montreal Canadiens jersey. That was my childhood walking around the house. So the Celine Dion 100%.
Yeah, you're a big Titanic fan.
Yeah, the only song I know from her is from Titanic. That's it.
You probably know many more and just don't realize it because she's got a lot.
Probably not. Yeah. Number 2, get rid of
Ryan Reynolds or Ryan Gosling.
Oh, that's easy too. Keep Ryan Reynolds, get rid of Ryan Gosling.
I'm right
Too
there
easy.
with you.
Yeah.
You in your notebook. All right, here you go. Number 3, Mike Myers or Michael J. Fox.
Okay, that one's tougher. I'm a huge Michael J. Fox fan. But Mike Myers, yeah.
It's a toughie.
Woman.
That one's
man.
Honestly, probably just so people don't hate me, I'll keep Michael Myers.
Nice.
There you go.
So he can keep killing people in Halloween, right?
Yeah.
Good.
Different Mike Myers. Mike.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. The other guy.
All right. Number 4.
Wayne Gretzky or Georges St. Pierre, sometimes pronounced Georges St. Pierre.
Yeah.
You got to get rid of one.
I thought the last one was tough. This is even more difficult. Yeah. What am I just sending them to you guys, or am I like?
They're no longer Canadian.
You're
You do not consider them Canadian. Get the hell out.
Man.
No more Putin for you.
Yeah.
I think I got to pass on this one.
Oh,
I don't know if I can do it.
pass.
This is the one that'll lose you fans, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Supporters will go. All right, we'll skip that.
All right,
we'll
you know what? Okay, I'll get rid of
essentially second.
I'll get rid of Wayne in the summer, and then I'll keep George year round.
Got to keep George. He's the combat sports guy. Wayne Gretzky has done nothing for the combat sports industry. Damn it.
That's it. That's the answer right there. Number 5, you got to keep one, get rid of one. Drake or Justin Bieber? Who's sticking around?
I get rid of Justin Bieber.
There you go.
Drake,
Peace to your bum crease, buddy. Get the fuck out of here.
Yep.
There it is. I think you just did a good job. Those were tough. Cleaning up Canada.
Drake's Toronto repping. Justin Bieber's mostly out in Florida now anyway, so wherever he is,
bootleg.
You're right.
Hollywood.
He does. He's always at the Raptors games showing off. All right, man. That was fun with you. We cannot wait to see you back in there against Albert Inclan on January 27th. Next week. We will be there, man. We'll see you in person. We'll hang out with you and Kev. We'll have a good time. We'll do a little interview face-to-face. Take a minute and say a few things, and we'll let you get out of here.
Sure, yeah. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to seeing you guys down there, and really appreciate the opportunity coming on the show again.
Absolutely. You're welcome anytime, man. I hope you're more active so we can get you on here more often, all right?
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
All right, brother.
Take it easy. See you next week.
There he is, the Canadian assassin himself, Devin Gibson. He's looking good. Dude, that kid is zoned in at all times. I'm telling you. He's dialed in. He is ready. He is tired of waiting. And he's ready to plant his flag in that division and call it his own. Bam. we have another guy who's been building his name in the meantime. While we've been waiting on Devin Gibson, this guy's been active. He actually is an award winner for us in our very first Mission Accomplished Bare Knuckle Awards. Most viral mofo in the company.
Yep.
And he's fighting a new opponent. And I can't remember what his name is right now. Wayna. Let's let him say it. Let's bring him on. His name, you guys, you know him, you love him. Tony Loco Soto.
What is good, brothers? What's up? What's up?
What's going on?
Oh, if it isn't my favorite Brooklyn gangster.
Yeah, what's going on? You're on that 56K?
Got the pajamas, just kicking it, relaxing. Got the goat on. You already know what it is. But yeah, his name's I believe the way it's spelled, Wayna Reid.
Wayna Reid.
Wayna Reid, yeah.
When you read, you get smarter. You know what I'm saying? That's what they say.
What's up with your internet right now?
Yeah, you look like you're hitting up the 56K modem. We back in AOL? Are we in a chat room? 16 male, Cranston, single. What's up?
Hold on.
Remember that? He might not be hooked up to his Wi-Fi.
Yeah, he needs to get that Wi-Fi hooked up, bro.
Yeah. Look at it.
I can't believe Mike quoted, "So I married an axe." What do you mean?
Ready? Hold on.
Woman.
I know.
Whoa, man. Whoa, man.
Yeah. Props to anyone who freaking remembers that shit.
She was a thief. You got to believe. She stole my heart and my cat. What's up, dude?
Is it better?
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, it's better.
All right, yeah. I'm just on the couch lounging, man, just chilling, watching the show, man.
Lamping?
Gibson's a cool ass dude, man, but I'm a little upset, man. Break over Justin Bieber. You got to be a believer.
Listen to you. You don't mean that. Oh, man. Hey, so you were supposed to fight Mara, right?
Yeah.
He got an ear infection. And then were there any other names that popped up? Talk to us a little bit about what went on in the last week or so.
I reached out to that Andrew Yates, and I was down to fight that motherfucker, and he couldn't make 155. He said, let's make it 160. I'm not fighting. I'm going to fuck 65. I'm not doing that. I'm trying to fight 155. And so, a bunch of people pretty much reached out to me, and then, of course, the matchmakers did their own thing, and this was the opportunity they presented to us. And me personally, I don't really like it, but it's not my, at the end of the day, it's not my decision at this point, because I'm ready to fight and they're putting a body in front of me and I'm going to fight. This guy is no fucking slouch. He trains at a really good gym, trains with some real good people. I don't look past anybody. I don't think, anybody who breathes the same air as me is, what I'm saying, and that gets in that fucking square circle is going to be scared. We're going in there to fight. It is what it is. But I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of you motherfuckers saying, oh, he's fighting another debut. Bro, it's another last second opponent. These motherfuckers are dropping like flies. It's not my fault. It's not.
Tony, can I talk about this for a second? Because a lot of people will jump at the opportunity to jump on a person like yourself or whoever when they're fighting debuters. But these same people out there say that Jimmy Sweeney is the greatest bare knuckle fighter of all time. And I challenge all of them to go look at his record. And his 15-3 record or whatever it is, 10 of them were against debut fighters and 4 of them were against 1-0 or 1-1 fighters. So fuck all that noise. You fight the guy that they put in front of you and you fucking move on. You get the win and you move on. I hate that conversation, man.
And truthfully, you prepare for one person and of course you get hit with another curveball. But at the end of the day, this time around, I trained for any person, not just a person. So I feel really well prepared. I'm 100%. Ever since the first fight, I was never really 100 yet. I actually, started doing some cryotherapy and some different recovery techniques, and I feel great. I got a clear head. I'm just ready to go and put on a fucking show. I want to look my cleanest. I got a game plan. I want to stick to it. The last couple fights, I come in with a game plan, and I'm like, fuck it, let's go. And I just go like a wild man. But I think I need to sit back a little bit and really do what I do in the gym and utilize my fucking striking, man. I'm actually one of those guys in the gym who I really shine. And then when I get in there, I'm just like, I'm gonna kill fucking Mad Dog. So
No pun intended, Mad Dog.
Are you caught? But I'm here for the fans. I'm here for the people. I got a lot of this is not a local fight for me, but it's still relatively close. I got a lot of people coming, coworkers, friends, a lot of supporters, family, and that really means a lot to me, And I really, really, deep down in my heart, I really want to give a big shout out to my opponent who took the fight, man. That's a lot of fucking balls, and I can't wait to get in it with you and put on a fucking show, bro.
And it will be his debut in bare knuckle, like you just said. He's got a boxing background, but yeah. Shout out to anybody that'll take their first bare knuckle fight on a 12-day notice or whatever the hell it is. Now I noticed that a lot of people were piping up on the old interwebs to want to fight you in the meantime while they were looking for your opponent. Were any of these guys even presented?
I accepted any and whoever, man. I accepted any and whoever. I could screenshot and send it to anybody, man. I accept whoever. I was ready to go. Like I said, I didn't trade. I of course, we prepared for a particular, but at the end of the day, like my coach said, we don't prepare to fight a person. We prepare to have a fight, and that's what we're going in there to do. So I'm ready to go. And all I know is after this is said and done, I was already told that there's a big name behind. So I need to do what I do best so I can make it to that next level. So I can go from being one of the lower tier fighters to being one of the high tier fighters in the organization. Because I feel like with all the hard work I put in, I think I belong there, and I need to really show it and go out there and do it, man. Get Loco on it.
Is there a possibility that maybe you come out of this fight with a win? You take on the winner of the James Lilly Bobby Taylor fight. Is that something that would interest you?
I love that shit, bro. Bro, I would love that shit, bro. I would. Woo, look at these things, bro. I would love to put these on one of them motherfuckers, bro. Don't even get me started, bro. I would love it. But at the end of the day, I gotta stick with the matters at hand that it's right in front of me, and I'm gonna focus on that. Then after that, we do what we need to do. But I'm focused on Reid right now. And by the way, I see you looking at my stories, pal. But yeah,
there's no hiding on social media anymore. Like you can't. Everybody knows who's watching who.
That's a fact, man. That's a fact. But I've been sick before, like back in the day, like when I was amateur boxing at Gleason's. I had a fucking 103 fever, and I still showed up to fight. So my original opponent, something about an ear infection or whatever. I don't know, dude. I worked fucking between 12 to 16 hours a shift and still hit the fucking gym and hit the. So an opportunity presents itself, man.
He probably needed more cowbell, but it is what it is. I have a fever.
Yeah, walk it off, pal. Take a walk.
Well, look. I mean, the guy. I don't know. He got clocked pretty good against Brandon Allen more than a few times. So I wonder if that did some damage to him, and he just didn't realize it till now that it's like been affecting him since then. Because you know what I mean? Like, that's not good. If you got like an infection like that where you can't get rid of it in your ear, like that would scare the shit out of me, man.
Yeah, that fucks your equilibrium up. You right when you think you got your shit. Whoa, I guess I don't. But yeah, man.
Is it normal for like full, like I'm asking this 100% honestly because I don't know. My kids have gotten ear infections, but I don't really ever hear of adults getting is that a common thing?
Well, not too long ago, I had one, but I fucking went to the store and bought eardrops and just cleaned my ear out with some alcohol, and because I sweat a lot and I wear the headphones, so sometimes maybe the sweat will get in there and build like a fungus or some shit. That shit happens, but. I take a fucking shower and clean your ears out. Boom, done.
It's got to get one of those things with the cameras. You ever get caught watching one of them freaking commercials on social media? You're going through, all of a sudden you see some fucking dark little hole, and next thing you know, it's picking out some wax out of someone's ear. And for some reason, you sit there for a minute and 30 seconds and watch the whole friggin' thing, disgusted the whole time, but yet you can't turn away. And then I go, how much is that thing? Does that really work? And then I click on it, and now I'm looking at the price. I'm watching the reviews and shit. I'm like, what am I doing? I'm here for 10 minutes after I was disgusted from the first second I saw this.
Hey, babe, can you in here? Can you, you know? But
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, you know, kids are liable get it because, you know, kids are kids. They're gonna touch stuff, touch their ears, touch their face. You know, it happens, man. But adults is a little different. You know, hopefully we're more cleanlier and just cleaner, and you know the whole fucking getting.
You douche your ears, you know.
Let me take the time to show you these fucking things, bro. These shits.
I was gonna say, I noticed that your hands are starting to look similar to a guy named Lorenzo Hunt. It has a hand built like that now, where it looks like you're growing a fifth knuckle off the index knuckle there towards the thumb. That thing is fucking something, man. You've been doing some serious hand conditioning, I see.
It almost looks like you have no toes on a foot, right? Like,
I have big fucking hands already, but what I'm saying is the knuckles, bro. These motherfuckers don't realize this is different, bro.
It's like you got built-in brass knuckles there. It looks fucking insane.
I'm not over here posting videos of me. I did it once. I posted one fucking video of me hitting a fucking brick wall. And I was like, I'm not gonna give these people away my fucking my secrets, because I built it up from that. And I actually do tap. I do it once a week. You know, I do little drills on the brick, but I'm not hitting it. I'm Superman. I can, motherfucker. No, I ain't. You get arthritis like that, bro. I ain't trying. So it's little taps, little things like that. Build up what's called the Loco fist. Once you get the Loco like this, you see that shit, bro?
You can find that on locofisting.com.
Yes, locofisting.com. They come in a variety of colors. Now you black or the blue, depends on how you're feeling. But what I was gonna say is I want to rewind real quick. Let's go back to Albuquerque, because I know he's fighting on this next card. I was supposed to fight Chevy Bridges. Chevy Bridges pulled out because he hurt his hand. Then he still hops on social media talking shit. Don't talk shit if you backed out. You lose your fucking shit talking card. That shit is gone. The shit talking card is gone. You can't do that.
He's in the comments right now. He says, "Are you gonna come to Albuquerque so I could take your ice cream?"
Broke my hand in like 40 fucking seconds. I kept throwing it. So, what are you gonna do? Just saying. Just had to put that out there. Now let's pass. Okay. Fucking, you know, it comes in a variety of sizes. I've trained to hit things and hit people. My guy that I'm fighting has never fought bare knuckle. He's fought gloved boxing. It's a whole new ball game. You know, you're gonna get deterred when you get hit. Some people get hit and they're gonna, oh shit, and then that's gonna click in. If it doesn't, and you know, we're gonna scrap. You know, I look forward to it, man. Fuck it, let's scrap. Let's put on one for the fans. Have a good time and go eat some steaks and ribs after, bro. I'm with it.
You never know how the guys that come from traditional boxing that do not have an MMA background are gonna fare in this sport. You have examples that everyone wants to pull up, like Paulie Malignaggi and Derek Finley and Chop Corley, who all came in, didn't really quite realize what the sport was, and didn't succeed. But then you got the guy like Devin Gibson that we just talked to, grew up strictly boxing. Jared Grant's a boxer. Howard Davis is a boxer. These kids are all transitioning pretty well to the sport. So I wonder how, you know, as this sport progresses and there's more to, you know, people are watching it more and they're realizing that there's more of a science to it than just fucking, you know, standing back and trying to use the sweet science and bare knuckle. That doesn't fucking work. You need to work on a clinch game. You got to get a little dirty with it. You got to up the fucking the output, you know, the rate of output. It's a lot faster pace. You know what I mean? You agree with me on this?
Oh no, absolutely. And you know, once you get into it after the first fight, you alter everything. Everything you thought you knew, you don't. And that's the thing about it. And of course, it's a puncher's chance game. It's a puncher's chance. Anything can happen at any time. But a man who's prepared for anything is a man who will succeed in anything. And that's the fucking point I come at. Because with this fucking bare knuckle shit, bro, I swear, I thought I knew this shit. Oh yeah, I fought on the street, and bro, when that first fucking fight happened, I was like, yo, my hands. I felt like Kevin Hart. I was like, I wasn't ready. Like, I was in all types of fucking pain the next day. Coming up to my next fight after that, I was like, all right, I'm gonna condition these motherfuckers. I went online. I started looking shit up. I started looking up fucking different methods on how, like, the monks, how they strengthen up their hands, and I was looking up how to strengthen up my forearm and all types of shit like that, man. And even trying to strengthen, like, I'm not gonna tell you, I'm not gonna put it out there on the line, but certain things I've been putting on my eyelids to strengthen up my eyelids so they don't bleed that easily when I get punched. So little things that I've been doing to try to level up with this bare knuckle shit. I
Damn,
think
you into witchcraft now and shit?
it's called mind your fucking business.
He's making tinctures.
But for real talk, boxing and bare knuckle are very fucking similar. People are saying, oh, the MMA. Yes, it does have it. But boxing and Muay Thai, if you're doing boxing and Muay Thai, I think that right there ties in perfect. Real, because of the clinch, because of the hips, because of the close quarters with the Muay Thai and all, and the hips and all that, and then the boxing with the distance and knowing where you're at, all that shit. If you do those two things, man, you'll be a successful bare knuckle boxer. I fucking guarantee it.
I want to address a few comments here in the comment section. Russ Maxim says that you have a hoof and not a fist. That is a
My hooves.
look at my hooves. Yeah, that's a hoof.
Look at my hooves.
My hooves.
A little Freddie got fingered shout out right there. That's not every day.
These are knuckles, bro. Look at them things.
Dude, and they are no joke. In the comment section, Ryan Perez is in there. He said that Reid is training with them at Slaughterhouse, so he is learning the bare knuckle ways. You know that Slaughterhouse pumps out a bunch of bare knuckle guys out of there. Chevy Bridges says that he did not pull out of the fight. He broke his hand, and doctor's orders he couldn't come out. Doctor's orders he couldn't fight. It wasn't a pullout. Okay. His pullout game is still strong, he says.
No, I don't know, bro. I don't know. When I sign a contract and then 3 hours later, I'm like, oh, well, whatever. All right. So, I can't wait to see you guys out there, man.
Hell yeah. It's going to be a good time. And I know that you have, I don't know if we want to bring you've had some online beefs lately too. Are those in the back of your mind right now, or you're just not even thinking about that shit and you're just going straight to the fucking fight? Reid's the only one on your mind, and that's all. Target in your crosshairs, and that's it.
I don't give a fuck, bro. I don't give a fuck. I go and I do what the fuck I do, bro. If there's a bump in the road, we deal with it. If there's something, if you're traveling somewhere and something's in your way, go around it. That's a fact. All this online shit, bro. I'm telling you right now, all fucking so comfortable talking shit. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. You can't be a certified loser and talk shit, bro. At least get a dub in any organization, bro. You got motherfuckers who are so trash they go into that slap shit and still losing, bro. Come on, bro. Step it up.
I hate that. I gotta say, it's one of those things that, look, yes, I will watch it because it's like a train wreck, but I just can't. I don't know. I don't like it. I think it's dumb. Like, what is this? So you slap someone in the face, you don't defend, and someone gets knocked out, and then you don't even get a chance to fucking hit them. I mean, it's so dumb to me. I don't get it.
And Mike, I in boxing. I couldn't make it in MMA. I couldn't make it in Muay Thai. I couldn't make it in kickboxing. I couldn't make it in bare knuckle. Let's see if I can make it in slap. Oh, wait. Couldn't make it in that either. So what's next? Fucking Cupcakes, Scouts of America? Fuck it.
Cupcake Scouts of America. Man, it's going to be a good time down in Myrtle. How far do you live from Myrtle Beach?
I don't know, like 3.5 hours maybe?
3.5 hours.
Yeah, and I drive past all the good food places, and man, rough.
Get that weigh in done, and then we'll go get some good food and have a good time. We'll talk some shit.
My tradition, ever since I fought with bare knuckle, I've ate the same thing after weigh-ins, and I'm gonna continue.
What's the go-to after weigh-in meal?
Well, all right. So when I used to fight MMA, it used to be sushi. After that, I had sushi and I had pho. I could load up on all my carbs and all my salt. When I started doing bare knuckle, it's a little bit of more of a bloodier sport. I figured fucking steaks. So I've been going to Longhorns and getting a big old fucking ribeye potato. Man, probably two of those motherfuckers, bro. I'm dying for some steak, bro. I've been eating chicken for like 6 fucking weeks now. I'm dying.
You ever see those bodybuilders that post the videos of like a table full of like cheeseburgers and French fries, and then they smell the French fries, and then they like pick up the burger and smell it, and then they eat like bare chicken breast with like no seasoning, and then they smell the French fries and eat like broccoli. You ever see that shit?
Dude, I'd be on fucking Netflix fucking killers or some shit if I did some shit like that, bro. I'll be fucking...
Yeah, they're trying to trick their minds and shit. It doesn't work. But hey, man, what did you think about the press conference today? Did you check it out?
Working all day, bro. As soon as I got out of work, I went
it got a little crazy, Tony. They needed some COs around to regulate a little bit in there. Tony, I mean, the two that you would think got into it. They ended up falling off the back of the stage, knocking down the backdrop. David Feldman was in the middle of the mix like he always is. And surprisingly, they settled it down. They reset up the tables. They reset up the podium. They reset up the backdrop, and they continued on with the press conference. It was pretty impressive.
That's wild shit, bro. Honestly, you got to expect it. If Lorenzo Hunt's involved, you know shit's about to hit the fan, bro. I mean, he just brings that fuck around and find out attitude. But I think this time around, you know, fucking around and he's finding out with the real motherfucker. Mike Richmond's a fucking dude, bro. You know, I think Hunt's gonna have more of a fight on his hands than you think. I can't wait to see that one, bro. I'm gonna have the popcorn and the fucking wings laid out for that. I'm gonna be sitting right here watching it right in the living room.
No, man, we're gonna be there live, and I cannot wait to see what the hell goes on in Albuquerque, man. It's gonna be fucking insane.
Fuck, man. I'd rather eat wings than on my couch.
I hear you. Yeah, let's go ahead and play a little game that Mike, you came up with this game here, and you're gonna explain it to old Tony here.
Uh-oh.
So if you watched the show last night, we did something similar to the game we're doing tonight with you, but we did a game with Jake Lindsay, and it was called Gypsy Lingo because, you know, he's the gypsy. That's his name, right? But we all know that our buddy Tony Loco Soto right here is from Brooklyn, right? He's got that accent. You can hear it. And so I made up a nice little game for you tonight, and it's called... I think I heard that in Brooklyn.
Oh, God.
So we're going to give you a word or a small little phrase.
Okay.
And then you got to tell us what it means. Are you ready?
I'll do my best.
Kyle will take the first one, and it goes a little something like this.
I don't even know if I know how to say it. Afanabola.
No, it's afanabla.
Afanabla. Okay. I don't even know that one.
I don't fucking know. That's like an Italian. That's from like Bensonhurst. That sounds like something you call somebody when they get to the room late or some shit. Or they come to the party like you fucking afanabla. I can't even fucking say it. I don't even know.
Afanabla. All right. Well, the correct answer there is irate, angry, go to hell.
Yeah, there you go. I was right. There you go. Boom.
All right. Number 2, the faccia brut.
Faccia brut. That's a fucking Italian word. You keep saying Brooklyn.
Yeah.
The Italian words, bro. You should have put like fucking scooch, you goddamn scooch, or this fucking.
Yeah, scooch is a word. Yeah, that's one too. That's an Italian word.
Fuck out of here, these mooks. Okay, let's see. You got. I have no fucking clue what that means, bro. What you got? What is it?
It means you got an ugly face. The faccia brut, huh?
Faccia brut was commonly used by Livia Soprano in The Sopranos. She said faccia brut all the time throughout that whole series, man.
Shit, I did watch that shit though.
Number 3, Mama Luke.
Mama Luke, yeah, Mama Luke is fucking Mama Luke. He's a fucking. That's probably one of the. You calls me like a piece of shit, a fucking low down, dirty son of a bitch. He's fucking Mama Luke. You can't trust that Mama Luke. You know what I'm saying? He's a piece of shit.
Or an idiot.
Perfect. They all go along that line. Yep. They all work. That's a perfect thing to call people, the Mama Luke.
Well, if you're Italian, if you're from Brooklyn, you call him a fucking piece of shit.
Call him a cocksucker.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the biggest.
Perfect.
Hey, fucking dick dingler.
Number 4.
Marona mia.
Maron. No, we say Maron. I've said Maron a few times. Not the mia. Maron. That's like like what the fuck, this fucking idiot. This fucking Maron. You see that shit, bro? He put water in the sauce, shit like that.
Yeah. Water in the sauce. That's a big fucking deal, man. Don't put water in the goddamn sauce. This ain't tomato fucking soup Campbell shit. What are you doing?
Fuck out of here, bro. I'm gonna give you so many rights, you're gonna be begging for a left. Fucking. What you get?
All right, last one is Vafanculo.
Vafangu.
No, like
Vafangu.
cool means that means go fuck your mother, but this is
Is that how it's spelled, Mike? Or you say I've always said Vafangu, but is that how you
I
spell it?
think that's how people say it now.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, I think that's what that means, yeah.
So it's what you're thinking, but that's the way that it's spelled.
Yeah, fuck you.
Fuck you.
Yeah. Yes.
But you forgot real ones that we've used and I've used. It's pal. Like, listen, pal. Sport. Hey, Chief, come here.
Pal.
Yeah,
buddy.
Hey, take it easy, pal. All right, you're raising, shit like that.
I'm not your pal, buddy.
If the guy's older than you, the most disrespectful thing you can call him is, hey, sport, come here. You're like, what?
Sport.
Hey, sport.
Okay, get over here, Turbo.
Okay, Chief, take it easy. Like shit like that, like you gotta. And what was the one my friend? Fuck. He used to call me a fucking mook. That was the biggest thing. I mean, my friends. But see, a mook, people think they know what it means. Mook can mean anything. It's the way you say it. It's like, like this motherfucker, like, he shouldn't have been at this party though. This fucking mook just showed up here. Like, what do you want to do? Or if you're hanging out at somewhere and this guy shows up, hey, this fucking mook it can mean however you want it to mean, But
I like it.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, I think I've called people more cocksuckers than any word in my life. I think I fucking called inmates cock. Like, it's my word.
You know what our favorite word is around here? A stunada. You gotta be crazy. What are you, a stunada? Get out of here before I whip you with the mapina, huh?
Hey, fuck.
I make you sleep on the veranda tonight.
I remember.
Hey, Scott just threw in a word in the comment that you use a lot, and mink. You can say mink.
Yes, he does say mink, which is, I think it's cool, right? Cool.
Mink you, like fuck, mink, like mink you, like what the fuck, man? Or if I say just mink,
yeah,
that's like
it's cool, right? Mink is like cool,
but don't type it on fucking gift like on on Facebook or because fucking like one of the minks pop up or a mink coat. Like what the fuck? Big shout out to Scott. Has to deal with me more than anybody. I'm calling that motherfucker off like, yo, who am I fighting? Get me a fight. Like, who we fighting? What's going on? Somebody else. Who we got? Yo, this message me. Can we fight him? Blah, blah, blah. People don't know what's going on behind the scenes, man. For real. And I hate. Matter of fact, I ain't even gonna do it. I was gonna say something about somebody, but you know what? I can't let motherfuckers shine, bro. You know why? Because when I come, wait till you see what I'm wearing when I come out there, bro. It's the Loco show. It's the Loco show. Coming out there and we showing out, bro.
Well, I can't wait. I do have to say, the last time that you came on our show, you started off, you're a little bit, like, I'm probably going to fight again, but I'm not really sure, I'm still passionate about fighting, but I don't know if I'm passionate about doing this anymore. And by the end of the show, you called out like Brian Duran, right? That was something that happened. And then something came of that and you guys went back and forth. And then ever since then, hold on one second, because when I'm talking, for some reason, my microphone's cutting yours off, so we can't even hear you. I don't know why that's happening. But so when Then you get off, you get this fight, it falls through, and then you got like 3 or 4 more people trying to fight you. So look, you went from like, I'm going to fight this fight, I don't know, and now you got 5 more people to fight and maybe someone else after that you were talking about. So who the hell knows? You got like 6 fights lined up at this point.
So what happened was, when last time I was talking with you, Ryan Perez wrote Brian Duran's name in the comments, and you guys put it up, and they said, oh yeah, what about him? And then I said I'd fight him. And then if you go back in the tape, and then I said, yeah, it'd be cool to fight. It'd be a correction officer versus gang member. I don't know if he's a fucking gang member or not, but it sure as hell looks like one. So that's what I said. Then he made a video about me. Then I made a video about him. So it is what it is. I'll fight anybody, bro. I'm not here to cherry pick. It's a fucking fight world. Anything can happen. It's a puncher's chance. It just takes the balls to get it in and show who the fuck's really down. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at. And as far as everybody else and their mother coming in after I got a fight, of course people are going to show up when the ink is dry. They're going to show up when the ink is dry. But when the pen is fully loaded and the fucking paper ain't wet, these motherfuckers ain't here. They flying like jets, bro. They out. These motherfuckers are Air Force One. While I'm over here grounded, bro, like a tank. So fuck out of here, bro. Motherfuckers ain't real, bro. I'm too hungry. You know, and last time I talked to you guys, yeah, I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't. But you know what happens? When I have somebody sign a contract, it's my obligation to put my all into it. Because if I don't, then I might as well not fight. So if there's no contract, there's no fight, there's no ambition. I got the ambition when I got the contract, and I'm like, okay, all steams aboard. Whoop, whoop. Let's get on the Loco train, motherfucker. Locomotion. And I'm ready to go. So let's do this.
Well, there you have it, everybody. Oh,
I'm sorry. Motherfucking fighters that come in here, you motherfuckers are boring, bro. Y'all need to turn it the fuck up. You need to start having a little personality fucking classes or something, bro. Loco, Soto, bro.
well, Tony, I mean, you come with charisma every single time you fight. Your fights are exciting. Your walkouts are exciting. Your weigh-ins are exciting. Your interviews are exciting. So, yeah, you're right. Everybody could take a note and learn a thing or two from the Loco show. We can't wait to see you fight back in there next week, next Friday, January 27th, BKFC 35, Myrtle Beach.
Can't wait, man. I can't wait.
We cannot wait. We'll see you there live, and we will have an award in hand, my friend. We are going to present this thing, this beautiful thing. We pick it up on Tuesday. So shout out to Boston Engraving for hooking up the awards for Mission Accomplished. Bare Knuckle Awards. We should have it in hand, man. We'll do a little ceremony with you over a steak.
All right. I'd like to give us a real personal shout out real quick. I want to give a big shout out to my grandmother. Her birthday a couple days ago. She passed away about 6 years ago. And this month means a lot to me. And, you know, before every fight, I usually pray. And, you know, I hope that she guides and watches me. And I can't wait to put a show on for her on her birthday month this year. So it's pretty awesome.
That is awesome, man. Shout out to you, Grams. Anybody else you want to shout out, any sponsors or anything before we let you go?
And a shout out, GOAT. You already know. I want to give a big shout out to Nate Shook also for dealing with my fucking manager who's dealing with me. And I'm just a crazy motherfucker. Like, who we fighting? And I'm putting pressure on my manager. He's putting pressure on them. So much pressure. We fucking creating diamonds in here. So I'm just, you know, just really appreciate you guys, man. BKFC, stand up. We here. 2023. It's time to stand the fuck up. Show the fuck up. And if you want to fight me, you already know what's happening, bro. I'm here. That's it.
I think we got it, man. Tony, you're a gem every single time you come on here. We can't wait to see you next Friday. Mike, got anything else for him?
Nah, man, I can't wait to give you this award next week, and of course send them out to all the other winners. But it's gonna be cool to be able to like hand the award to somebody. And you know, we put some effort into this thing right now. You know, we might not put too much effort in other things, but for this award, we went all out.
Put that fucking tux on. You guys look handsome. I love it. Put it.
That's what we'll wear. Tux on the top. I'll be wearing sweatpants, and Kyle will be wearing shorts.
That's right. Yeah, and house slippers. That's right. That's the uniform for Myrtle Beach, baby. Flip flops, shorts, and a tuxedo top.
I appreciate you guys. Listen, you guys stay blessed, man. Have a great night. Have a great week. Big shout out to everybody on the card. I want to give another shout out to Reid. Thanks for taking the fight, man. Can't wait to get in there and put on a show with you, bro. Much love.
There it is. We'll talk to you soon, Tony.
Peace.
Later,
man. Hey.
One of the best characters they got on the like charismatic as a motherfucker, dude. You know what? And like he started off a little on the calm side at the beginning of this interview.
Yep.
And then just like Loco usually does, he dials it up a little bit. And by the end of that thing, he's throwing out freaking metaphors and taglines. And, you know, we're so grounded, putting so much pressure. We're making diamonds. That motherfucker is gold, man. I hope he has a great fight with Reid next week. Shout out to Reid for taking that fight. Man, we should talk a little bit more about that press conference. I want to talk a little bit about Diego Sanchez and Austin Trout. I was very impressed by the two of them on stage. Diego didn't go off the rails too much. He seems very zoned in. You know, we saw him last fight, Kevin Lee, and he looked good in that fight. He sounded all in on this sport. If you guys go back and watch that press conference, he was saying how he wanted to get in this thing since 2019, and now it's 2023. And he's finally in there. He's going to do his thing. Austin Trout is extremely confident going in there against Diego Sanchez. Almost like, you know, I don't want to say a guy's too confident, but he almost sounded like he's not really too worried at all about Diego. And I think that would be a mistake to go in there against a guy like Diego in a fight that you can dirty box and clinch. And you know that's where Diego lives his fucking life, in the clinch and fighting dirty. So, man, what a fight they got lined up there. What'd you think about them two, Mike?
I think that people are 100% underestimating Diego Sanchez. I get it. I get where the scrutiny comes from. He had that stupid ass shit going on with his dumb manager that for whatever reason he had. You know, I mean, Diego's always been kind of an oddball. He's his own guy. And like you said, he didn't get carried away today because I thought he was about to just keep talking and talking. But he didn't. He was good. He seemed like he was zoned in. But the guy, like, I feel like a lot of people act as though like Diego Sanchez, even if it's in his last like 3 or 4 fights, as if he like got his ass kicked in every one of these fights. Like, even when he was with Joshua Fabia, he wasn't like getting beaten so bad like it was embarrassing.
Right.
You know, he wasn't winning, sure. But do you think when he goes in there that like he's going to get punched and like cower or something? Like Diego Sanchez is a straight up dog, man. What the hell? That's what he's known for, being an absolute savage, like a nonstop gritty fighter who comes forward, is not afraid of anybody, and is a friggin' absolute animal. Like he is.
Right. Of all like the UFC legends that they have brought in, he truly is a legend. And of all the guys that they brought in, he seems like maybe the most cut out for this out of all of them. Like, he's a straight up dog. Like you said, he's a grinder in there. He fucking will go in. He's not afraid to get bloody as fuck.
He's got a ton of experience.
More experience than fucking pretty much everybody on that card put together. It's freaking nuts.
He mentioned his wrestling experience too. So like,
right.
If he can get his hand on Trout's neck, back of his head, like, it's going to be a different world in that spot. Not that Trout hasn't trained for this, but it's different when someone's been doing it forever, you know?
And I will say this, and as I mean, I haven't wrestled since high school, but I was a high school wrestler. Wrestlers' grips, wrist strength is on another level. And if you have never rolled or grappled with a fucking real wrestler, and he was an all-American wrestler, I guarantee you've never felt grip strength or wrist strength. Like, some people's wrists are like a fucking tree trunk. You cannot roll their wrists. They're so strong in the wrists and in the hands. Pure wrestlers are. And I'm sure of years and years of grappling and wrestling, and Diego's probably right about that. He says, wait till I get my hands on him. He's never felt hands like this before. It's really something that you need to actually feel to understand what the fuck I'm talking about. Like, a matter of fact, Brennan Ward is a local guy around here, fights for Bellator. Everyone knows about Brennan Ward. Brennan Ward was a standout wrestler in high school and college, and he went to college with a guy who's in the military with us. And when I talked to the dude in the military that wrestled with Brennan at college, he said, one, Brennan's crazy, and which we all knew. And I was like, yeah, we all know that. And he said, that dude has the strongest hands and the strongest wrists I've ever felt out of anybody. He goes like a iron rod through his fucking forearm into his hand. I couldn't bust him down at all. And a lot of wrestlers are like that, man. It's just true.
Yeah. So you know what? Yeah, Austin Trout, far better boxer. This is a bit different than that. Diego Sanchez is a dog. So I'm not saying he's going to go in and win or he's going to freaking beat the shit out of But listen, he's not fucking going to go in there and just bow down to him. It's just not going to happen. So I don't think he's going to get steamrolled. I just don't think so. He's just a tough dude, you know?
Right.
You know, does he get picked apart and maybe he loses every round? I don't know. But he was not going to give up. I can tell you that.
Right. And then in the press conference today, they talked a little bit to John Dodson. I would have liked to have seen Jared Grant there and hear the two of them talk a little bit. But, you know, Dodson talked a little bit about, you know, trying to go after a title in the BKFC 125 division as well as the 125 division in Ryzen MMA. He seems like he is fired up and ready to be very, very busy this year. They announced Greg Hardy's on the card, and Greg Hardy is fighting Stay Down, Josh Watson. Josh, stay down, Watson. Big man with the tattoos on his knuckles and the tattoo on his head. We saw him, and
he's huge, man.
He's huge, and
yes.
And I like that match. I like that matchup for Josh. I like that matchup for Greg. It's Josh is a tough dude. Yeah, he got flatlined by fucking Atchison, but Atchison is a bad boy, and the same people that'll say. I might be directing this towards somebody. The same person that'll tell us Atchison can flatline fucking Ben Rothwell will try to discredit Josh Watson by saying, well, Josh Watson got flatlined by Atchison. Well, is Atchison awesome? Or did Josh Watson lose to a chump? What's going on there? Anyways, this is a perfect fight. Josh Watson's 1-0. He's a big, heavy-hitting heavyweight. Greg Hardy's making his debut. You don't want to throw Greg Hardy straight in there with a fucking Alan Belcher or a Frank Tate or someone like that is a seasoned veteran in the bare knuckle game that has knockout flatline power. You kind of want to.
I think they all have that.
Right. But you kind of want to shine up your new toy and put him on display for the world and say, look at this gigantic former NFL player that we now have in bare knuckle. You know what I mean? It's a great fight. Him and Josh Watson is a great lined up fight. And I thought that's a perfect start for him in bare knuckle.
Yeah, I think it's good too, because this will be Watson's third fight. You know, he lost the first one by he got knocked out pretty quickly. And the second fight, he came back with a vengeance and he beat up Kyle McElroy and he looked good. You know, he's going to come in there. He's not coming in there to be knocked out. Like, if people are looking at him thinking like, oh yeah, they're just lining him up for Hardy. He's not going to come in there and just get knocked out. Like I do see that a lot. You know, when matches are made, I feel like I see this all the time. And it's not just bare knuckle, but I always see where it's like, oh, that's bullshit, you know, or oh, this is that, you know, they're just throwing that guy in there to get knocked out. It's like Watson can knock out Hardy and he will do it if the opportunity presents itself. Like he's a fucking monster of a dude.
You know what I want to ask, or I'm wondering, because we did see in the Bobo versus Ben Rothwell, there was no weight limit. You know what I mean? They came in there 285, 290.
Right.
When we saw Greg Hardy, I know this was fucking 6 months ago, but he was well over. He was a 300 pounder.
He was massive.
He was big. You guys want to go back in our Instagram and look at the face-off video that we have of him and Ben Rothwell standing face to face. Yeah, Scott Farley says 330. Ben Rothwell and him are standing eye to eye, and Greg Hardy made Ben kind of look small compared to him. Like he was bigger than Ben Rothwell, and everybody thinks Ben Rothwell is a monster, which he is.
Yes.
Absolutely. He is an absolute fucking monster. Dude, go back in our Instagram and look at that short little video of them two standing in front of each other.
Do you know what month that was? It was like last June or something.
Last June, maybe. It's if you pull up our Instagram and just go to the reels, it's in there. But man, oh man, what a humongous! And there's a picture of me and him standing there talking to each other, and it was in June, and his arm looks bigger than my head. It really does. In the picture, in the video of me talking to him, his bicep looks larger than this fucking fat head right here. It was absolutely insane, man. Yeah, I cannot wait to see that actually happen. It's been a while since they announced it, and this is one of those ones, like they've announced some fighters that we never actually got to see step into the ring, and we don't know if we ever will. You know what I mean? Like Felice Herrig and Todd Duffy, and like these are names that were thrown out there, but we never got to actually see him. And Greg Hardy's name was said around the same time as Todd. Greg is actually coming around now, so that gives me hope that these other names that we talked about are actually going to be popping up here in 2023. That's fantastic. That's a fantastic start to there he is. Look at the size of it. Look at the size. Look at his arm in my head. I am 205 pounds, and I'm a pretty stout little fucking 5'9".
Yeah.
He is every bit of 6'5", 330 pounds. In that
picture. He's a massive dude. Like, he's huge.
Look at the size of his arm compared to my head.
Yeah, it's your head wrapped inside of the skin of his in his bicep. It's like they took his arm and opened it and just put your head in there, and then just sewed
look
it
at his
up.
Look at his hand next to my face. It's
the entire
I'm telling you right now, this guy is a massive, powerful, gigantic human being, and you want to talk about supreme athletes. No, I don't know what state of athleticism he is in right now, but to make it to the NFL and to become like an $85 million contract defensive lineman in the NFL, you are talented on a level that 99% of the country and in the world, are not as athletic as you. That's just a fact. Like, less than 1% of the fucking population make it to the NFL, and that dude did, and he got a massive, gigantic, like $85 million contract from the Cowboys. He's something, man. And if he comes in there in shape, actually, with some good hands going, and he just won a boxing match, he's a next level athlete. So, man, I'm excited about that one. That's an exciting one, especially if he does well. If Josh wins, congratulations to Josh. You just you just beat an NFL.
Yeah.
You just beat one of the best crossover athletes that you're going to find. But if Greg wins, and he falls in love with the sport, I can't wait to see what the future is bright, dude. It's fucking awesome. I love it.
There's so much talent getting added to the roster. The sport is growing so fast. The homegrown fighters are getting more shine now. They're building up to it. Everyone knows who Faria is. Richmond did fight in Bellator, but now he's like a main event fighter. Everybody knows he's a champion. Lorenzo Hunt, nobody really knew him from MMA at all. I didn't know him at all. We met him at Knucklemania 1. Now he's a 2-weight world champion. He's up there. They're getting this shine. It's awesome when you see the sport where the fighters that are in homegrown are growing and becoming main events over the UFC talent that's being brought in, and all the UFC talent is being brought in, or big boxing names. I love it. I can't wait. There's just going to be more and more. There's a whole bunch more names hidden behind these ones.
Dude, and as we talked about at the beginning of the show, we kicked off the show talking about this because Christine Faria has a competitor, has some competition here, and she is going to be fighting a girl that is going to be bigger, taller, probably stronger. I'm just like, when I went back and watched the two fights by this girl, she's big and she's talented. She can fight. She can box. She has knockout power. This could be the first real challenge, this could be a fucking tough challenge for Misfit. I love it because Misfit seems pretty much goddamn unstoppable right now in this sport. She's the closest thing to unstoppable that they have in the sport, in my opinion. I think in every other division, there's somebody out there that matches up pretty well with the champ. Not that one. What's up?
I was laughing at the comments section. Sorry.
What's the comment? Which one?
Well, I'm going to bring it up. Well, how he said it's a dude. That made me laugh. But
well, because if you watch
it takes
the fight,
a dude to fight Christine Faria, she's still going to probably kick his ass. So
right. I can't wait to see it, man.
Either way, this is it's a tough hill to climb for anyone. When I look at this, I'm like, I hope it's a challenge. Like, I see the record. I have watched the 2 fights, not in their entirety, but I kind of like fast forward through just before the show, like 10 minutes before. I hope that it's a challenge.
Yeah.
But I have like this mindset now because of just watching her fight all the time that I'm like,
she's going to murk this girl.
I don't want to counter out because that's like not the right thing to do. But I mean, I just can't help it.
Think about
just
this.
Be like, it'll be somewhat competitive at first, and then maybe she'll just take over. And that's just the way that I see, it's tough,
It's wild, man. And I know we got Myrtle Beach coming up next week, we're not going to have any shows next week because we're traveling Wednesday night and we're going to be down there Thursday, Friday, Saturday. But I know that we're like harping on Knucklemania 3, but Myrtle Beach is great. Knucklemania 3, dude, when you look at that card over there and the possibility of a knockdown drag out, Hunt and Richmond should be fireworks. Trout and Sanchez should be fireworks. Dotson Grant, fireworks. Bridges, Kroom, fireworks.
Yep.
The one that is like sliding under the radar here that could be like sneaky good is Hinshaw and Segala. That one could be a fucking banger there because they both love to scrap. They both love to get bloody. That's a fucking great fight. Then you got Christian Torres against Moreno on there.
Yes.
You know how the Terminator rolls, and that guy Moreno was pretty impressive in his first fight. That's like the matchmaking in this one. I don't know anything about Santiago. I got to be honest. I don't remember. Maybe I do. I'd have to go back and watch his fights. He beat Jake Young in Albuquerque. He's the guy that beat Jake Young.
Yeah, we talked to him.
Right. He's fighting Noah Cutter, and you know that Noah Cutter is never in a boring fight. So, boy, oh boy, they fucking really stacked this card with some well matched up fights that all have fucking blood fest written all over them, dude. I love it.
It's fantastic. And we've got these 2 cards, one right after another. There's not gonna be much time when we go to South Carolina. We're gonna cover this event. Everybody's gonna watch the fights. We're gonna be talking about them, and then before we know it, weeks after, boom, Knucklemania 3. It's like
it's crazy.
Yeah.
Real quick before we go off, let's just fucking run through these one more time. We got Gogo and Cedeno next week. We got Keith Richardson and Justin Scoggins. Yeah.
This is another one. Like I can't wait to talk to these guys when we get there because this is a fight we haven't gotten either one of them on the show, and this is a big fight.
We got Keith Richardson on the show before, but what you mean like this time around?
Yes.
Yep. But then you got this one. That guy Jonathan Miller's the one that finished off that dude Reese that we talked to last time down there in Tampa. Big powerful dude there. Then you got these 2, Dimitrieva and the Krasian. This is a great card too, man. I cannot wait to get down there. I don't know too much about Bushaw, but Paul Teague.
We know who Teague is.
Teague. I'm very interested in this. I don't remember if he's Russian or Polish dude, but you know what I've always said about guys with Z's or V's in their last name, man. You fucking stay the fuck away from them. And then you got Brimage and Loco. You got Tony Soto, and that is out of date. We're not watching them fight that, but he's got a new opponent. Ricardo Armas and Jacoby Lowry.
Roberto.
Oh, Roberto. What did I say, Ricardo? Roberto.
Yeah.
Roberto Armas. Ricky Ricardo. Man, it's and then you got Steve O. Morris and James Brown.
Crazy.
It's a fucking great card. I cannot wait for this one. And of course, the Devin Gibson and Albert Inclan.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, Mike. We got some fun fights for us to cover next week live. We'll be down in Myrtle Beach. Stay tuned to our content for that one. And that is basically
Kevin Smith said that Miller was out. Miller's out. Damn.
Oh,
didn't know
I did
that.
not know that. Did not know that. Let me go. Let me.
Why is it still on the website?
Let me see. Is it
Still on the website?
I'm pulling up the website right now.
Might not be on there anymore.
I don't see it. He's off.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Okay.
Let me present
arms.
Yeah, I'm going to present right now.
He's from Turkey. Murat Kazgan is from Turkey.
We're at Knucklemania here. Let me present this card right here.
Present.
And we will see if they got updates. Yeah. So yeah, she's all. I hope Andy Wynn brings her mom's beef jerky. I'll tell you that. I am man, that shit was so damn good. I ate a whole bag of beef jerky in one sitting. Not too good for your body, but good for your mouth.
For your bowels.
There we go. They got a picture of Reid on there,
Reid
which is beautiful.
Nice.
There we go. There we go.
That's nice.
Washington and Sayers. We didn't have that. Coltrane and Jackson. Yeah. So,
yo, James Brown. I don't know. I wish we could have talked to him on the show. Wish we could have got him on, but we'll talk to him down there. You know that dude's like 6'4". Like I think that he is. No, maybe 6'2", but he is very much sized like HD Davis for that 145 division, which is another long, lanky 145er that has a lot of experience and a pretty nice MMA career. So he's got a 10-5 pro MMA record, and I watched some of his fights. So Steve-O has himself a tough fight. That's a tough challenge for Steve-O. He gets through that one, you know, that puts him right back in the conversations of 145ers for sure.
Here's the BKFC New Orleans. I was just going to scroll through and I mean, this card, like, look at this card is stacking up too, and I'm so upset because I don't think we're going to be able to make it to this card.
We can't. I don't.
Adams, Belcher, Taylor, Lilly, Kelly, Harris. I mean, geez.
Oh, keep going down. Keep going down for a second.
Yep.
Right there. Right there. Go back Williams. Up. The man with no face.
Henry.
Bryce. That's Bryce Henry. That's Baba Yaga.
That's right.
Yeah, that is Ryan Perez's the guy. That's the guy. That's the one.
He's been talking about him for a while, and so has every person in that gym talks about how good he is.
Yeah. We asked Joey Beltran.
Bosnick Angel Call, that would be good.
Yeah, that's a really good one. We asked Joey Beltran on this show when he was preparing for his last fight. We asked him, have you sparred any rounds with the young man Bryce Henry? And he said, he laughed a little bit. He goes, no, why would I fucking, I don't need that. I don't need to do that. Yeah, I mean, like, it's crazy, man. Yep.
This card I don't know too many people on because I feel like a lot of these guys are from the UK, and I just don't know a lot of them. But I guarantee you, these guys are going to come out to fight because that's where it originated, my friend. That is where it originated. But yeah, there's so many great cards coming up. No names on here yet, but obviously we know one of them.
I wonder if they put Britain on there.
Yeah, Britain's she's got to be on it. Tomlinson might be on it. I bet you maybe both of them.
You got to figure Reggie's headlining it, right?
Yes, yeah, he must be.
I wonder if they go 2 title fights on there. Now that obviously
Britain
and him are both holding belts, man. That could be we could be seeing 2 title fights in Virginia. Oh shit, man. I fucking love this. This is great, man. Just kicking off the year. 2023 is going to be the shit. That's going to be it for us tonight, man. Thank you to Tony Soto and Devin Gibson for coming on. Both great gentlemen and both really good fighters. Can't wait to see them next week. We will see you guys all. Scott Farley, thank you for hooking us up with Tony. Kevin Smith, thank you for hooking us up with Devin. We will see both of you gentlemen down there in Myrtle Beach. 2 of the best guys in the business. Kevin and Scott work their fucking balls off. They never stop. And 2 of the nicest guys you could ever talk to. With that said, I think that we can fucking wrap it up.
And Howie and Russ are going to be there too. I bet you Howie will be there, and we're going to get to meet Russ in person.
Before we go, I got to show you something.
Yeah.
I got to show you something. our guy Michael Quigg sent us.
Oh, that's right. Michael Quigg.
I
Is anybody else in the comments going to be down in South Carolina that we don't know about? We need to meet up, take a picture, say what's up. Beautiful, dude. Look at that thing.
Look at this poster.
I can't wait to frame that thing up.
And I gotta tell you, man, he sent us a few of them so we can do with them what we want. And I think maybe a few of our loyal listeners might fucking maybe getting a few of these. And he also, and I know that Michael Quigg is going to be a super famous, if he's not already, he's going to be a super famous artist one day.
Yeah.
And Mike and I
with
both
the likes of Van Gogh and Jackson Pollock.
We got some Michael Quigg messages written to us on an event that we absolutely loved going to when we watched Mike the Marine and the Caveman Dave Rickles throw down in Wichita. It was
cool.
Great. Good
I can't
times,
wait.
Good times. Thank you very much, Michael Quigg, Donnie Brook. You guys are awesome. With that said, Mike, to your bum crease, I say peace.